Hey, Darren.
Hey, Beau, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great, man. How's your day going?
Two thumbs up. Yourself there.
Pretty good. I'm out here in California. Where are you located?
Long Beach, New York. It's on Long Island. Pretty close to JFK Airport. Ever been out here?
I've been to New York a million times. It's been over a year though since I've been on an airplane.
Right.
Uh,
Join the
but
club, man. Well, thank you for doing this. And that's an impressive banner that you have behind you.
Thank you.
How long did you have to keep it a secret that the brand was even launching in 2019?
Well, I've been at this for a few years now. It took a long time to get Lil Wayne on my team. Being an icon in hip hop. We created a really strong business plan that we presented to Wayne, his Young Money team
Mhm.
for the cannabis market. A really strong branding campaign, and took a few years to put this together to get to where we are now. We currently have. We just launched our third state. We have two more
Mhm.
states getting ready to launch. So the brand is getting ready to. It's starting to take on a life of its own.
Yeah, of course, there's buzz around it. Not just that Wayne is involved, but that it's great stuff. Colorado was the first state, I assume, for you guys to be working with.
California was our first state when we launched. Since then, we've gone into the Michigan market. Um, we've launched in Michigan back in October. We just launched in Colorado
Hmm.
about a week ago, and we're currently getting ready to launch in Oklahoma next month, and then Nevada thereafter. So at this point, we have about 100 dispensaries that are now carrying our GKUA products around the country.
That's fantastic, steady, responsible, respectful growth. Do you have to do it one at a time, or do you have all these petitions and plans at the same time, and then you lock into one?
Well, what we do at GKUA is we work with the best manufacturers in each state, and what we do is we have our own research that we do where we tour the facilities, we examine their lab reports and their certificates of analysis before making any final decisions. We try to pick people that are doing things at the highest level, the award winners, people that you know have won the cannabis cups and have been in the market for a long time. And we're making very sure that we're putting the right products in the GKUA jars and pods. We want to make sure that we bring an ultra premium niche to the market. We're bringing the best cannabis products to everyone nationwide.
Yeah. Now, this is a real question. Certain industries, if you were going to put a toothpaste on the market, you'd do a focus group where you'd have 100 people or whatever try a toothpaste, and they go, which one do you like? What does it remind you of? What does the packaging remind you of? How does it work with Jakua in terms of going, is this the right strain? Do you do focus groups like that?
Well, we have our own testers at GKUA. We feel that by picking the award-winning manufacturers, we're working with people that are doing things already at the highest level. We've created extensive formulations as well as different strains in different markets that we're working with on the genetic side for the cannabis flower in order to bring the best products to the market. We have, proprietary hardware. We have a vaporizer that I feel is one of the best user experiences on the market. And we're going across the country working with the top manufacturers, filling these pods, bringing the best high of your life to residents in each state.
The best high of your life. Stick with that one.
Yeah.
Obviously, Wayne is on the banner behind you. If you
Yep.
speak to 10 different CEOs of 10 different companies that have a celebrity partner or a celebrity investor or a celebrity spokesperson, you'll get 10 different answers as to what they bring to the table. But I'm assuming that Wayne is just very hands-on. He's just not the namesake and he just shows up to collect his check. I'm assuming he's hands-on with the product.
He's definitely hands on. When I first met Wayne in Miami, we were trying products together, and Wayne is really like one of the most recognizable, cannabis celebrities out there. When it comes to hip hop, it's
Yeah.
really a lifestyle. Wayne always has that blunt in his hand, and he really wants, has been involved in the sampling of all of our terpenes, all of our flavors, all of our strains. He wants to make sure that we're doing things that um, that make the brand a reflection of how he feels about cannabis. Because
Hmm.
Wayne told me when he first started smoking cannabis that he used to do it to get high. But now he's smoking weed to get inspired. And he wants to share that same feeling that he loves with cannabis with the world. So it's important that we develop products that Wayne appreciates. And, our motto is we want to make sure that we have the right potency, purity, and quality in each product.
Yeah, those are good points. When you talk about Wayne's evolution with his relationship with cannabis, that leads me to think that 20 years ago, if a celebrity were arrested for having a gram of weed on them, it was shocking. Oh my God, drugs. And then nowadays, where it's legal and or medicinal in just tons of states, it's not only not taboo, it's almost ignorant in a way to not be accepting of marijuana, to look at it as a drug and all that. When did you first start to notice that it wasn't taboo and that it was kind of normal and friendly dinner conversation?
Well, when looking at the industry, I saw that there's just explosive growth in the cannabis sector, being a new industry. Looking at in the 1920s when prohibition, when alcohol was outlawed, and then it became legal. There was I would say, a rush to that industry. There was definitely a rush to the cannabis industry, and I feel like it's really helped a lot of people on the medical side improve their lives. And with our GKUA brand, we're definitely tackling the recreational market in a big way. We feel that Lil Wayne's loyal customer or fan base are the consumers that are most likely to consume cannabis products on the recreational side. So both on the medicinal side and recreational side, the brand has really taken on a life of its own.
Absolutely. That's a great answer, and that shows awareness of it all. That I've seen Wayne live. I'm a fan. I'm more naturally a rock guy and a metal guy. And the anecdote that I was just talking about, where it was shocking. Oh my God, marijuana, that's crazy. When I think back to 93, 94, when David Lee Roth from Van Halen was arrested for buying weed from an undercover cop in New York City. And that's something he actually had to plead down in a way. It's just very interesting to see how things have just changed in the public world, that it's not just something you smoke, it's sometimes something you eat, it's sometimes the medicine and all that. So do you have a favorite of the GKUA offerings on the market at the moment?
Well, we have a full lineup of products in Michigan. As an example, we have flower 8 jars. We have a vaporizer where we're doing, a pod system with half-gram and full-gram distillate pods. There's live resin pods. There's, concentrates that GKUA has with, batter and sauce. We're doing pre-rolls. It's all the products are really by far considered ultra premium. There's different brands in the market. Some are value brands. We're considered a luxury brand.
Mhm.
And the flowers that we're working with are considered exotic. And these flowers, and by far some of the best cannabis flowers in the world. We've been fortunate enough to work with the top cultivators and top manufacturers and people that are just doing things at the highest level. So, you know, um, you know, to try the GKUA products. The consumers are really just giving us great feedback on what we're putting together for them. So I personally don't have a favorite. I definitely do like the vape pen, but it really depends on your taste and what you're into.
Good point. Good point. It's what you're into. And as a writer who's getting hundreds of pitches a day, literally, that's not hyperbole, I was shocked when a company that I won't name last week sent me in the mail CBD Hot Sauce. I thought I'd heard of everything. Do you guys think ahead where you go, THC hot sauce? Or are you just happy with having your handful of core products and being the best at those?
We get approached all the time about creating products from Zizzurp, people that want to have, special Wayne products, or, to put together a special blunt that we're working on.
Yeah.
So, we're sticking right now with all the different categories into the dispensary, from, the flower jars to the vape pens to the concentrates to the pre-rolls. We're going to be putting some GKUA edibles out soon. So, as a new product comes to market, we just want to fine tune it and make sure that it's really the best and, available for the space. And we put it out to all our dispensaries.
And tying into that, I'm assuming you find out all of the products through the Wheezy Weed Finder?
Yeah, so we have a lot of ways of finding them. We have our own version of weed maps called the Wheezy Weed Finder, which is our store locator. It tells you where to find these great products in, the city that you're in. You can also go on our Instagram, GKUA Official, or go on Weed Maps, and you'll see us as a featured brand, and you'll get to check out all the great products we put together.
Well, that's a lot of great information. Can I ask you 2 quick questions about yourself and then you're a free man?
Sure. I have a couple other things I'd like to tell you about the brand and what our initiatives
Please do.
are.
Please do. I'm happy to hear that, and then I'll go towards finding a little more out about Beau.
So what we tried to do was mix music with cannabis. We feel that those two together are a perfect fit, almost like peanut butter and jelly. And when approaching Wayne, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time when it comes to hip hop. And, he really wants to be known as a leader in cannabis. So, Wayne is really willing to do a lot of things to help, grow the brand. He's not just another celebrity that's taking pictures with the brand. He really wants to be involved. And the way that Wayne is getting involved is we're going to be doing these private parties, these events that you can go to as a thank you for being a GKUA customer. This first event will be taking place in California this year as the COVID restrictions, start to taper off. And Wayne is going to be doing a lot to promote the brand. We also are going to be opening our first GKUA retail store in Michigan.
Wow.
In the spring. That is going to, have all of our products in there. It's going to have, a whole lifestyle section with Wayne and Young Money. And it's going to be just a great branding concept on the retail side. So these concerts and events we feel are going to separate our brand from everybody else out there. Because, with hip hop and the cannabis industry, the two really are, go together pretty well, because most consumers, they want to participate in the lifestyle. They see these rappers smoking cannabis in the music videos, and our whole niche is that cannabis helps these artists become more inspired. It helps them improve their craft, whether they're an artist, they're a musician, they're a dancer. So, this is something that we feel is helping artists. And we're going to be doing these events that nobody else is going to be doing, and the level we're going to be putting them on to get people excited about the brand.
That's fantastic. And sorry to use a second Van Halen tie-in right here, but the way that you described his involvement with the brand is almost like how Sammy Hagar and Cabo Wabo tequila, how he's not just going, this is my tequila, buy it. whereas he was actually drinking it on stage.
Yep.
He had a song, a single, regardless if you like Sammy Hagar, called Mas Tequila, which is basically about that. And then he branched out into having, restaurants like the Cabo Wabo Cantina. Now, I don't know if that's a business model that you guys are studying, but if not, either way, it sounds like Wayne and you guys are just onto some great things.
Yeah, people are really excited about, cannabis. They're excited about hip hop and, our music events. They're excited about the retail stores we're launching and all the dispensaries that, our great products can be found in. Our goal for, this year and the next few years is to be in a few thousand dispensaries across the country and have a few hundred retail stores, is, our marching plans.
That does sound attainable. And you actually just answered one of the two questions I was going to ask as part of that. So I'm going to ask my closing question to you. And usually my closing question is any last words for the kids. And some people just go, yeah, go to my website of this. And other people actually give an inspirational tale. Now, when I look at you as somebody who is successful, because a lot of people don't love their job. You are very clearly passionate about your job and you're working in a fun industry. Granted, work is work, a job is a job, but you're working in an industry that most people would be kind of dying to be part of. So do you have any advice to pass along as to how somebody can work in a great industry like yours and thrive?
Yeah, I mean, it's a brand new industry, so there's definitely going to be challenges with any new up and coming industry. It's still not even federally approved.
Right.
So I think once that happens, the floodgates really will open. So to work in a new industry that's, the Wild West, you really have to have a helmet on because you really don't know what's going to happen next. You have to be prepared. And, my philosophy is just never give up. Just be, diligent on whatever you do to be the best at, whatever you do. So, our whole team at GKUA has a lot of passion. We work, 7 days a week on this, and our goal is to be one of the top brands in cannabis. So, I think we have the vehicle with Wayne, with all of our products, and with our strategy to, roll this out and, be in and hit our goals.
Sounds it to me. And was this roll this out? Was that a pun or just an accident right there?
Yeah, Wayne loves to roll up those blunts. So for Wayne, I'd say roll one up.
Exactly. Well, I can't thank you enough for your time. And I'm looking forward to eventually seeing your product here in New York. So keep doing the great stuff you're doing there, Beau.
Thanks, Darren. I appreciate your time. And would love to have you guys come out to our concert in California when we know more. We're going to be announcing that, I think, at the end of this month. A really big concert that's going to really just, blow people away in the cannabis space when you hear the news.
Great. Keep me posted and hope to see that happening in the near future, Beau. Thanks so much for your time, man. Take care.
Thanks, Darren. Be safe. Bye.
Paltrocast.